All right, let's talk. Is the lockout impacting the announcement or the marketing or even the release of this game? My Christmas tree is not coming down until February 1st. You just got to deal with it. MLB The Show 22, we've gotten no news. People are starting to go nuts. Everyone in the community is talking about MLB The Show 22 and the fact that we're not getting any news, why that is. If you're new to the community, if you've only been in the community for this year, maybe you jumped on MLB The Show when it went to Xbox, whatever it may be, this video is probably going to be very insightful for you and for what to expect over the next couple of months before the new game comes out. Although, trust me, I'm very much in the dark just like everyone else on this stuff. I can provide some things. But before we hop in, if you're new here, my name is Shelfy. I make MLB The Show content year-round, random baseball content. I also have a second channel where I live stream, and I'm going to be live streaming over there a lot once the new game comes out. That's the big question. Is the lockout impacting the announcement or the marketing or even the release of this game? MLB The Show, let's go ahead down here to the game. Starting in MLB 06 when David Ortiz was on the cover. This game actually came out in February. So MLB 07, the second game that came out, David Wright, this game had a February release for current gen and then a May release for next gen. From that moment on, MLB 8 all the way down for PlayStation 3, this game came out the first week of March. When that new console came out, it bumped back to April, with the next gen release being in May. The following year, it returned to its March release date, but a little bit later in the month, right as the season is typically starting. And that's when the game came out every year until new consoles. MLB The Show 21 was its first year on PS5 along with the integration to Xbox, and the game came out 3 weeks into April. The expectation, honestly, for me, was that this game was going to get back on its March release cycle going forward, maybe first week of April, and I'm assuming that's what they're aiming for. Will the release date be affected by the lockout and everything going on right now? I don't know, but I can show you this. I want to pop a tweet from my guy Clutch up on the screen right now. RBI Baseball usually announces covers and games by now as well. It's radio silence from them along from SDS about new baseball games in 22. I'm actually starting to believe that the lockout is impacting the announcement. Shout out to my guy Ants who got this up on Twitter regarding the MLB The Show and the lockout. Looks like the most definitive details have so far come from the ABC News article. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the article. While baseball was shut down at the height of the coronavirus pandemic, players like Blake Snell and Trevor May live streamed esports as a way of engaging with the fans. If the lockout drags on, this may happen again. Notably, the MLB The Show video game has a licensing deal for player name, image, and likeness rights that exists outside the CBA, so its spring release won't be affected, the league said. And also confirming that you can have licensing rights through Major League Baseball outside of the collective bargaining agreement. Topps released their Series 1 look. These cards come out next month, February 16th, Topps Series 1, which, by the way, Topps Series 1 is always the design that they use on the live series cards in MLB The Show. So once we get our first look at the actual design of these cards, I'm going to break them down because it's technically a sneak peek at what live series is most likely going to look like in Diamond Dynasty for 22. So I'm very pumped to take a look at that, but it's besides the point right now. Shohei Ohtani is the cover boy for 2022 Series 1. Very well could be the cover boy for MLB The Show 22, but Topps has now started their marketing campaign for the Topps Series 1 2022. So it shows that, I don't know if this applies to the video games, but at least the Topps licensing agreement that they have, they're going on with their normal business as if nothing else has happened. We usually get news about the new game before the new year. I'm pretty sure some cover athletes have actually been announced like World Series week even. They've done it that early before. So while a lot of people are making it seem normal that they haven't said anything to this point, really the only reason they talked about it so late last year was because of the late release, and that was because of new consoles. So you wouldn't expect that to be an issue again. So you would have to think that there's a new Like, there's got to be something else going on, right? Or is this just their new marketing thing? Are they just going to ride this out where they start late January, maybe even early February, and just have a short marketing, 6-8 week marketing campaign before the game comes? Very realistic that they're just going to do that now. First piece of news we got from SDS last year was on January 15th, and all that news was telling us that we're going to get news on February 1st. It was pretty much a please stop tweeting us tweet. They kind of need to send one of those right now. I don't think SDS is necessarily obligated to not do anything with the new game yet. I think release is going to be totally unaffected. We're going to get the release date soon, and the game is going to release as normal regardless of what's going on with the lockout. That's my guess, my opinion. Or maybe MLB The Show is just going to start their campaign tour on February 1st every year, and things are going to kick off for us in about 10 days. There's a lot of ifs, ands, buts, and question marks here. Here's what we can learn from all of this, though. This is what I'm hoping happens. Let's say February 1st comes and we get a gameplay trailer or something, and all is right in the world again, and they have started talking about 22. We know who's on the cover. Maybe they even give us a release date. I don't know. Let's say we get some news on February 1st again, and it's 2 years in a row. February 1st is the day we get news. Good. I don't care if the game comes out late March, early April. That's our thing now. We're in a routine. Awesome. February 1st is now when we typically get news. Whatever floats your boat. I don't really care. I think it's actually kind of fun going back and forth with the community, trying to piece this puzzle together while there's a lockout going on that may or may not be affecting any or everything. I was compelled to make this video today, though, so if I were you, I would probably get your notifications on for the SDS channels if you haven't already. The MLB Players Association did announce this week that they're putting together a counter proposal for the owners. They may even already have that by the time this video goes up, so we'll see how that works. We need to get to the bottom of this ASAP, man. Baseball, I've said it before. I know it's the off season, but baseball usually holds decent momentum in the off season with their winter meetings and free agency and all that stuff, and especially the last few years with how many young stars there are and how many big names have hit free agency the last 4 or 5 years. Baseball's held solid momentum in the off season, and this is another big off season. They got to get this lockout over. You don't want guys like Correa rushing these. Like, you got to give these guys time to sign these contracts, get these teams built, and go from there. They got to get this done soon. The lawyers got to make their money, though, you know what I'm saying? They work money by hourly. Here's my prediction, February 1st. I'm rubbing the crystal ball here. We're going to get a little short teaser with Shohei's cover and a release date. And then it's probably going to give us, we'll get a gameplay trailer like a week after that or something like that. But February 1st, I'm telling you, it's going to start going down. Who do you want to see on the cover? What do you want to see them do in MLB The Show 22? I'm going to be making a ton of videos over the next 2 months before the release of the game. You know, what do I want to see in 22? What could they change? What could they do better? Because there's a lot of things that you should probably get excited about. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.